INSAI and make some amendments there. Firstly, what do you think about the Finance Act 2020?
Thank you very much. The Finance Act of 2020, by in content, extremely good act. That is to say, we look at the provisions inside the act, they're extremely good. But the big question is whether the government go able to transform, the provisions in that act into law or into action, because most times we don't see where governments they come up with a particular act, they go through parliament, but at the end of the day, for make them transform the act to reality can be very, very difficult. So that's now one big question that we making always a raise. But the fact remains that the act, now a good act, provided them actually translate them into action. But overall, you understand, say, from the time we they introduced the act in Parliament as a bill, we call a bill like proposed legislation because in the first place it was a bill. From that particular time day, we then submit the bill to Parliament, the bill faced a lot of issues around, especially one area where they do with the impress. We see the president, vice president, and the speaker of parliament not going to be accountable for any money we they spend in their travel. So that's by itself undemocratic. Like me in particular, I would say me a good governance expert. When we talk about democracy, we talk about good governance. One of the principles of good governance na accountability. So in this government, from time we they can apart from the president in first speech parliament under this fifth parliament of the Second Republic, make them very clear say ain't go focus on good governance. And even in second speech of parliament, he talk about the government in commitment to good governance. As I mentioned earlier, say accountability that a major feature of good governance. So, and this accountability is not only limited to resources. You get to do with administration itself. You get to look at procedures and a huge lot of other things. But for make the parliament pass a bill of this nature, we turn blind eyes and deaf ears on accountability, then we question parliament itself, because parliament gets a responsibility, then gets the mandate, and the mandate that for represent the people, right? But as it is now, we understand, say, the bill has been sent back to parliament. We're good. This now as a result of which we call public opinion. And when we talk about public opinion, we refer to the aggregate of views held by the public on a particular issue, right? Or the sum total views of the public on a particular issue. In fact, when we talk about parliament, parliament gets enormous powers, but at the same time, parliament gets limited powers. You get certain forces